happy Monday again, week 4. We are getting closer to finishing our course. So let's recap real quick. Week 1, you learned about 3 ways of being. Being a victim or living in a story is not acceptable for boss women, for power women who own their business and who walk in their stilettos, right? We choose to be in possibility. Everything is possible. 100% is possible. 100% of time. And if it is to be, it is up to me. That's where we come from. Week 2, we looked closer at the story and we discovered that it's not our story and that we are a badass and we do have everything we need to take it on, right? You are the right person for your business. Week 3, we got very busy with discovering your passion, with discovering your vision, and with brainstorming through how we could create a profitable business around your passion. So that was fun. I loved it. I love to see all your visions and I love to see all those beautiful business ideas that you guys came up with. And today, week 4, we get to go and get really serious, because now that we know what your business is all about, what it's gonna be about, what kind of business you want to build, this week we have to lay the solid foundation for it. We have to come up with your goals. We will learn how to take those goals and make sure they are actually goals that will make you go big, okay? They will not stop you in your tracks. And we'll also learn how to turn them into a plan that will be a solid plan, that if you take it on and you execute that plan, you're going to get where you want to be. And we'll also learn how to make sure that you do not fail yourself. You'll find your accountability partner this week. So let's get to it. Alright, so we will start talking about the goals, because would you guys agree that you can hit the target that you can see? It's kind of hard, right? So same with everything in life and same with business. You have to have a goal. You have to know where you're going, okay? And for the goal that's vague or goal that's just like not really specific is not going to get you anywhere. Chances are that if you are not clear on where you're going to abandon that path really quick, okay? As fast as some obstacle comes up, you'll be like, oh, peace out, done. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. For a goal to be really strong, it has to, like we call it SMART goals. It has to have five criteria that it has to meet. So it has to be SMART, meaning specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay, SMART. S stands for specific. So what do I mean by specific? Let's say it means how exactly are you going to do what you try to do. So let's say it's about weight loss, and let's say I want to lose 20 pounds, right? Or I want to lose weight. If I were not specific, I would just say, oh, I want to lose weight this year. Doesn't really tell me how much weight or by when, right? It's not specific, and I might or might not do it because there is no pressure really on me. So specific goal would be more like, oh, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by the end of this year, meaning next month, right, in December. And I'm going to do it in a weekly segments, and I'm going to do 2.5 pounds every single week until I reach my goal by the end of the year. That's specific, right? I have time frame and I have amount of weight that I want to lose. So goal needs to be specific. SM, smart, right? SM, measurable. What do I mean by measurable? There must be some sort of tracking for you in place. You must be able to measure your progress and track it down. Not only it gives you an idea of how close you are to reaching your goal, but you get to celebrate certain milestones on the way, which is always fun, right? And makes you feel great about yourself, makes you going. So it's less likely that you will give up on your plan or on your goal. Smart, SMA, attainable. Attainable means that it must be a goal that is kind of realistic, attainable, right? It couldn't be, oh my gosh, I'm flat broke right now, and by the end of this year, by the end of next month, I'm going to make $1 million. I mean, it could happen if you win the lottery, but what are the chances of that, right? So it's unrealistic. And if you set yourself for unrealistic goals, goals that are too big, you are setting yourself up for failure, not a success, failure. And it's never a good idea. I know they say shoot for the stars and you land on the moon, but you know what? Yeah, let's be outside our comfort zone and let's set goals that do push us, but not unrealistically, okay? Not unrealistic goals. So, for example, if I am flat broke right now and I want to increase my money, my income, a great goal would be I'm going to make extra $100 by the end of this week. Is it realistic? Is it doable? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Have I done it before? No, because if I have done it before, I would not be flat broke right now. So it's something that's outside my comfort zone. I have to push myself a little to do it, but it's not unachievable. Does it make sense? And if I do hit it this week, then guess what? I get to raise bar for myself, and maybe the second week I can say, well, let me make $200 extra this week, and you can increase your goal as you go. You'll get to measure, you get to track, you get to increase, right? You get to work with yourself. And don't forget to celebrate, always. SMAR, relevant. What does relevant mean? Relevant means it has to be kind of in line with your overall life goal. For example, at one point in my life, I had this amazing idea to learn French. I started to learn French, I hired a tutor, and I worked on it for 10 months, and I got somewhat not fluent, but I could say some things in French. But then I realized, why am I spending so much time and money on this and effort when I don't even know people who speak French, and chances are I will never use French, right? So it was not in line with my overall life goal, like what I'm working on, what I'm up to, what I'm trying to build. It was just something that was kind of cool that I wanted to do. So my goal needs to be relevant for me to stick to it and really take it all the way through and succeed in that thing. Last thing, SMART, time-bound. Time-bound goal means that there is a deadline. And do you guys remember when, it happened to me all the time, when we were in college or when we were in high school and there was essay to be written and it had to be written by a certain time, and let's say we had 2 weeks to write it and submit it, right? When did that essay get written? Usually on the last 24 hours before the deadline, right? So if there's a deadline, then you will do it, okay? You will make sure it's done by that time. So if a goal has a deadline, you are more likely to actually finish it and do it. So there must be a sense of urgency, right? So SMART goals. If your goal is SMART, you have a good chance of executing that, okay? And goal without plan would be what? Would be just kind of like a wish, right? You have to have a plan in place for a goal to be achieved. So now that it's SMART goal, it's achievable, it's doable, it's like you have it all written down and it's perfect. Now, what's your next step? You have to take that goal and you have to create a plan. And for that, we have a worksheet for you. Okay, we have actually 2 worksheets for you this week, but let's start with this one. I'll have you look at the screen now and look at this worksheet. It's beautiful, isn't it? Awesome. You'll take a piece of paper and you kind of fold it as as accordion, one of the French words. You fold it, and on top of every section you write down the part of your life that you want to work on. It could be finances, it could be your health and fitness, it could be your education, it could be your relationships, it could be your job and career, it could be anything. So write down, I wrote down a couple of them on your worksheet for you, and then right on top you write what I like in this area of my life right now. What do I like about this area? And at the bottom of that column, you write down what I don't like in that area of my life. And then you have this contrast with the empty space in between, and that's where your goal falls in, okay? I like this, I don't like that, so my goal is, and my plan to achieve it is, okay? So you write your goal and your plan in the middle. And you go and you take every area of your life and you kind of dissect it like that. You'll be very clear on what your next steps need to be. There's also another, that's how we find our goals, but there's also another way to approach this, and there's another worksheet for you, and that one kind of takes you from the future walking back to present, and we'll look at, okay, my big goal, my goal for 10 years from now is, and then you write it down where you are, kind of like we did the exercise with the vision. You write it down. 10 years from now, I want to live in this neighborhood, I want to have this kind of income, I want to be married, I want to have 2 children. Be very specific. More specific you are, or more real it becomes for you, okay? And then you move to 5 years from now, and you do the same. And then you move to 3 years from now, and you move through the same pattern, and then you move even closer 1 year from now, and 6 months from now, and where will you be 90 days from now, and maybe next month, and what do you get to work on this week, today, right? So you take it all the way back to like the smallest steps that needs to be taken, and then that's how we create the plan, okay? Because what turns out to be very efficient for myself and for my team, I coach my team to do the same thing, and it works for everybody, is to work in 90-day plans. There are 4 90-day plans in every year, because there are 4 quarters in every year, right? 3 months. And what happens when you work on something consistently over the period of 90 days, you create massive momentum. And that momentum will not happen on day 30 or day 60 or day 87. It'll happen on day 90, and it'll hit you, and you will fly from there on. You will readjust your goal, your plan, and everything, and you have a new one for the next 90 days, but with a massive, massive momentum, okay? So this is what we are creating right now, and the 90-day plan is nothing else than 1-day plan. Repeat it over and over and over and over again for 90 days straight, back to back, okay? So now you have plan. The plan is smart. The goal is in place, is smart as well. You have 90 days, you have 1 day, you know exactly what you're doing. What is the only variable that will decide whether or not you will actually execute that and finish where you want to be? It's you. That's right, it's you. The variable is you. So would you say you can have the best goals and best plans, if you do not apply yourself, it's not gonna happen? That's kind of like common sense, right? So for that reason, we each in business, all of us, like anyone I talk to who has a business and is serious about growing it, we all have what we call accountability partner, okay? An accountability partner is someone, you can call them buddy, you can call them, I call them AP, okay, accountability partner, you can call them power partner, you can call them whatever you want, but it is a person who is on the same level with you in business, growing something. It doesn't have to be the same business. It could be they're in nutrition and you are in selling candles, I don't know. But it has to be someone who is on the same level as far as building the business. So they are either just getting started, or they are like kind of intermediate, they built something, and they might be, you know, now at the point where they want to take it to the next level. But that accountability partner is not a friend that you would be gossiping with or complaining to, or, you know, like whatever. It is someone who you call every night, or you text, depends on how you agree to do this. You text each other, and what you're texting with is not like, oh, my kids just got a bad grade at school and my husband did this or that. It's more about, okay, my numbers for the business that I declared for this week are this. I got this much closer to my goal this week. This is what I declare for tomorrow. Done. Okay, and they do the same, so it shouldn't take longer than 3 to 5 minutes, okay, of your time every night. But you hold each other high. Okay, if my accountability partner sees that I'm kind of behind and I'm not doing what I said that I would, they would call me out on that, you bet. They will call me out. They will say, hey, listen, so what happened to your dream, to your goal, to everything? You told me that you wanted this, how serious are you really? And I'll be like, uh-oh. And because I know I have to report to her every night, I do my thing, you know, I do my thing. I can imagine to let her down. I can imagine to walk into that call and say, oh, I didn't do what I said I would do. Oh, that would be bad, right? So that's what accountability partner is. So this week, call to action. Ready? Call to action this week. You'll read chapter 12. You are going to make a list of your goals, and they have to be smart. You will create your 90-day plan using both worksheets. So you'll find your goals, and then you'll create specific plan for the goal. And you'll find your accountability partner. Now, this could be within this group, or this could be outside this group. But as long as it's someone who is also building a business and is on the same level with you and committed as much as you are, okay? So that'll be that. And then what you'll do, you'll show up on our group page and you will share your accountability partner's name. You'll declare who your partner is, and you will share what your 90-day goal is. Okay, and you'll send it to me, you'll send it to your accountability partner, you will ask for feedback from me or your accountability partner, or both of us. All right, have a great week, you guys. We have one more week left. I can't wait to see you on the call next Monday, and we are getting there. It's awesome.